You're watching TAG TV.
Good evening. Welcome to South Asia Newsline. I am Uzma Jafri. Here are the top stories we are tracking for you on Tuesday, the 12th of June. 2 policemen killed in terror attack in India's Jammu and Kashmir. Teachers in Pakistan-administered Kashmir reeling under state-sponsored discrimination. And 20 US scientists join Indian Ocean study in Western India. And now for all the details. 2 policemen were killed in a terror attack in Pulwama district of India's northern Jammu and Kashmir province on Tuesday. The security personnel were guarding a court complex in the district as the militants opened fire at the police picket, a senior police official said.
2 security personnel were killed and 3 others injured after militants attacked a guard post in Pulwama district of India's northern Jammu and Kashmir province on Tuesday. The militants opened fire at police personnel guarding the district court complex of the district in the wee hours of Tuesday, after which the guards retaliated the firing. Security personnel immediately cordoned off the area and search operations were underway till last reports came in.
ये इंसिडेंट आज सुबह करीब 3:30 बजे जो है वो हमारा ये गार्ड पोस्ट था न्यू कोर्ट कॉम्प्लेक्स में, वहाँ उस पर जो है हमला हुआ। संतरी जो है वी गॉट इंजर्ड और हमारे 2 लड़के जो गार्ड रूम में थे उनको जो है इस तरीके से उन पे फायर हुआ। दे आल्सो रिटेलिएटेड बट दे सफर्ड बुलेट इंजरीज और दे स्कम्ड।
India accuses Pakistan of training and arming militants and helping them infiltrate across the de facto border to spread unrest in Kashmir Valley. Pakistan denies the allegations.
In news from Pakistan, the Accountability Court hearing corruption references against Pakistan's ousted Premier Nawaz Sharif on Tuesday gave him till June 19 to hire a new lawyer, a day after Khwaja Haris recused himself from representing Sharif. Defense lawyer Khwaja Haris withdrew from representing his client Nawaz Sharif in all 3 corruption references against the Sharif family after the Supreme Court earlier directives to wrap up the trial within a month. Haris had earlier filed a petition for completing the trial in the cases together in 6 weeks, but the court said the trial must wrap up within a month. Sharif and his family members are facing the corruption references accused of money laundering, tax evasion and hiding offshore assets. The court adjourned the hearing of Evanfield reference till June 14 and hearing of Al Azizia reference was adjourned till June 19. Moving on. Teachers in illegally occupied Pakistan-administered Kashmir are bearing the brunt of discriminatory policies of Islamabad. The school teachers, who do not even get half the salary of their equivalents in Pakistan's other provinces, are seeking a rollback of the legislative document, which puts them at the bottom of the remuneration scale.
Teachers in Pakistan-administered Kashmir recently held a press conference in Muzaffarabad city and vented out their anger against Islamabad for its deliberate inaction in addressing the demands. They blamed they have been facing discrimination for years now. They said the grave difference of their salaries as compared to teachers in other parts of Pakistan is reflective of a no-workal treatment being imposed on the people of illegally occupied region.
स्केल मिल रहा है और ये मुल्क के अंदर जो है असातिज़ा बरादरी के अंदर इसलिए एहसास महरूमी जो है वो पैदा की जा रही है कि वो ये समझते हैं कि वाहिद ये उस्ताद बरादरी है कि जिनके अंदर अगर नज़रियाती इंतशार पैदा कर दिया जाए, जिनके अंदर एहसास महरूमी पर पैदा कर दिया जाए तो फिर मुल्क को डिस्टेबलाइज करने में आसानी होती है.
The teachers said they are ready to launch a massive campaign against the government if they are left to suffer.
ये चीज़ें पहुँचाना चाहते हैं कि वो हमें उस रास्ते पे न धकेलें, वो हमारे जायज़ मामलात मुतालबात जो है वो मंजूर करें और इस बजट के अंदर जो है वो प्राइमरी टीचर का 14वां स्केल, जूनियर टीचर का 16वां स्केल और सीनियर टीचर के 17वें स्केल का ऐलान करें.
Despite receiving a large chunk of its annual revenue through Pakistan-administered Kashmir, Islamabad has meted out atrocities on the people in the illegally occupied region regardless of their profession. The local authorities, who are its mere stooges, have further aggravated people's plights by exercising high-handedness in bringing the suppressive orders into effect.
In news from Afghanistan, Afghanistan's Chief Executive Officer Abdullah on Monday expressed his displeasure over President Ghani's move to fire the Energy and Water Minister Ali Ahmad Osmani. Abdullah said disrupting a ministry because of a recommendation by an advisor was not acceptable.
Afghanistan's Chief Executive Officer Abdullah on Monday criticized President Ashraf Ghani for his recent move to fire the Energy and Water Minister Ali Ahmad Osmani. President Ghani had on Saturday fired Osmani on the recommendation by Mohammad Humayun Qayyumi, an advisor to him on infrastructure, media reports said. While addressing a Council of Ministers meeting, Abdullah said, disrupting a ministry because of a recommendation by an advisor was not acceptable. Abdullah said making decisions on such issues and firing a minister should be discussed inside the government.
در جایی که اختلال در کار یک وزارتخانه بنابر سلیقه یک مشاور صاحب محترم می آید، این نباید تعامل شود و ما مسئولیت داریم که در این قسمت توجه داشته باشیم.
However, Osmani on Sunday returned to work as usual and even signed a $13 million solar power project for Daikundi province. Afghan lawmakers warned that the ongoing differences between the National Unity Government or NUG leaders need to be resolved as they will have a bad impact on political, economic and security affairs.
More on news from Afghanistan. An exhibition of sculptures made from shrapnel is underway in Afghanistan's Kandahar province. The tangible evidences of the ongoing deadly war that has gripped Afghanistan aim to raise awareness around the need to end the conflict in the country.
A Kandahar-based artist's work using tangible evidence of the deadly war that has gripped Afghanistan for decades has gone on display in the province. The exhibition titled War, a Black Aspect of Humanity, showcasing the artwork by Ahmad Wali Askazai, opened on Sunday in an effort to raise awareness around the need to end the conflict in the country. Askazai said he regularly collects shrapnel from the scene of bomb blasts and suicide attacks. It took him 8 months to create the collections on display.
هر کسان چې اوس نسته د دې بمانو قرباني شوي دي او یا هر کسان چې اوس دا د دې بمانو قرباني شوي دي او تشریح کې د تشریح لپاره څوک نسته نو ما وغوښتل چې د هغو په نمایندګي داسې یو څه جوړ کړم.
Visitors said they were seeing such an exhibition for the first time, which reminds people of the horrors of war. Askazai said the sculptures were made in the hopes that war ends in the country.
A group of 20 scientists from US arrived in India on Monday to study the Indian Ocean. The team will collect data on changes in the temperature, salinity and other less-known components of the ocean during their tour.
A team of 20 scientists, along with a key vessel Ronald H. Brown of the US-based National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration or NOAA, on Monday arrived in India's port city of Goa to study the Indian Ocean. The US Consulate General to India's western Mumbai city, in association with the NOAA, has arranged for the tour of the global-class oceanographic and atmospheric research platform. The ship arrived at the Mormugao port in Goa city.
Are extremely proud of the collaboration between US and Indian scientists, which really I think is an example of what's best in the US-India relationship, which is our ability to work together on problems that affect people in both countries.
Accompanied by Indian scientists, the team will jointly collect data on changes in the temperature, salinity and other less-known components of the Indian Ocean. According to the US scientists, this study will strengthen the bond between India and the United States.
A Hindu temple in India's northern Lucknow city recently hosted an iftar meal for Muslims during the holy month of Ramadan. Muslims during the 9th month of the Islamic calendar do not consume food or water from dawn till dusk. They start their day with sehri, a pre-dawn meal, and end it with iftar, a lavish evening meal.
A temple in India's northern Lucknow city recently hosted an iftar meal for Muslims during the holy month of Ramadan in a show of communal harmony and cultural unity. Ramadan is the 9th month of the Islamic calendar, during which Muslims do not consume food or water from dawn till dusk. They start their day with sehri, a pre-dawn meal, and end it with iftar, a lavish evening meal.
हम लोग की मिली जुली संस्कृति है। हम लोग हर त्यौहार को मिलजुल के मनाते हैं और उसी के तहत आज ये रमज़ान का 25वां जो रोज़ा है मनकामेश्वर उपवन घाट पे आज हम लोग इस पवित्रता के साथ में रोज़ा इफ्तार कर रहे हैं।
यहाँ की संस्कृति को बढ़ावा मिलेगा, गंगा जमनी तहजीब को बढ़ावा मिलेगा और हर तरह से यहाँ जिस तरह से हम लोग बहुत पहले से यहाँ रहते चले आ रहे हैं, आपसी इत्तेहाद के साथ, मेल मिलाप के साथ, मोहब्बत और प्यार के साथ आज उन्हीं ने ये एक पैगाम दिया है और जिस तरह से ये बढ़ के ये कदम उठाया है, ये काबिल तहसीन है, काबिल मुबारकबाद हैं।
Muslims also assembled at the temple premises and offered prayers before breaking their fast. Ramadan is a time to detach from worldly pleasures and focus on one's prayers. The fast is intended to bring the faithful closer to God and to remind them of the suffering of those less fortunate.
India's northeastern Sikkim province is emerging as a new tourist magnet in the country with its picturesque landscapes and peaceful serenity. The tourists are enjoying a wholesome experience of snowy mountain peaks and river valleys in the province.
India's northeastern Sikkim province is emerging as a thriving destination among tourists with the picturesque landscapes and peaceful serenity. A province which was intricate to access until a decade ago now gets around 4,000 to 5,000 tourists every year in the remotest villages along the Chinese border. Nathula Pass near Sikkim's capital Gangtok, which marks a de facto border of India and China, is also a major tourist attraction these days.
बेसिकली हम लोग दिल्ली से आए हैं और हम लोग कल शाम को पहुँचे हैं दिल्ली से और अभी हम लोगों का 2 दिन का यहाँ पर स्टे 3 नाइट्स का बेसिकली और इसके बाद में हम लोग यहाँ से जाएंगे आपका मैरूंग में हम लोगों का 1 नाइट का स्टे है और मैरूंग के बाद में हम लोग रामधुरा जाने वाले हैं।
अभी तो बहुत सारा हो रहा है, जैसे कि मानिए एक साल में करीबन 4-5 हज़ार टूरिस्ट तो ज़्यादा ही आ जाता है।
Part of the majestic Himalayan dwellings, the landlocked province is resplendent with a wholesome experience from snowy mountain peaks to the river valleys. With a landscape varying from the lowest elevation of 920 feet to the highest point of Kanchenjunga Peak, the third highest peak of the world at over 28,000 feet, the Himalayan province is a haven for adventure enthusiasts and nature lovers alike.
Well, that's the way it was in South Asia this evening. Before we conclude, the top stories once again. 2 policemen killed in terror attack in India's Jammu and Kashmir. Teachers in Pakistan administered Kashmir reeling under state-sponsored discrimination. And 20 US scientists join Indian Ocean study in Western India. Now our viewers can watch the show on SouthAsiaNewsline.com. You can also visit us on Facebook.com/SAsiaNewsline and follow us on Twitter @SAsiaNewsline. That's all in tonight's edition. We will see you same time tomorrow. Good night.
You're watching TEG TV.